excited because this is a trip that we have been wanting to do for so long. Actually, we had accommodation booked, travel plans set up for, I think, March or April of 2020, and that didn't work out. But here we are in April 2024, 4 years later, finally making it happen. After a quick stop in Querétaro, we are making our way into the Huasteca. We're gonna go by Jalpan, which is a city that we have spent some time in before. It's kind of the last stop of the Sierra Gorda, the Sierra Queretana, and then it switches over into the Huasteca Potosina. So on the road now, it is twisty, it is journey, but we have 4 new wheels on the Sentra, and we're ready to go. Situated in the state of San Luis Potosí in east central Mexico, the Huasteca Potosina is a region known for its natural beauty. Since we moved to Mexico back in 2017, many people have told us that this is a part of Mexico we needed to visit. The drive from Querétaro took us up to the southernmost part of the Huasteca Potosina. Our first stop, a pueblo mágico, magic town, called Xilitla, is in an area known for its lush jungles and freshwater springs. We checked into the rooftop hotel Xilitla, which, yep, you guessed it, has a rooftop with sweeping views of this charming mountain town. We arrived just as the sun was setting and marched straight upstairs to see the village in its golden hour glory. This is the street that we drove down to get to our hotel when we first got into Xilitla. Like, it is incredibly steep. Our first full day in Xilitla was Sunday, Dia de Tianguis. In Mexico, big cities have big markets and small towns have even bigger markets. Starting in the main plaza and spilling out into the side streets, there were vendors selling everything from produce and spices to secondhand clothes and power tools. It's the perfect setting for a scavenger hunt or cheeky bingo card because the variety of inventory is mind-boggling. I'm not sure if Amazon delivers to this remote part of Mexico, but with a market like this, who needs it? We just finished up our morning around the centro of Xilitla. It is, the sun is high in the sky now and it is hot, so I'm glad that we got out early. We walked around the tianguis, the mercado. We had breakfast at the cutest little comedor, heard some live music, checked out the Lenora Carrington Museum, which was a great place to escape the heat and enjoy some air conditioning. And now wrapping up with some ice cream. This is pistache con almendras, and it is really good. The primary reason to visit Xilitla is Edward James's Surrealist Garden. Later on in the video, I'll show you around these stunning Las Posas, but first, here's a Surrealist gem right in Xilitla town, Plutarco's Bar. Today, a restaurant/museum, it was once the home of Edward James's BFF, Plutarco. Once you've snapped some photos up on the roof, grab a drink downstairs, a snack to eat, and then, if you're up for it, shoot some pool. It's been a long time coming, but we're here this morning at the Surrealist Castle of Edward James here in Xilitla. Bugs?
No, just
a leaf. I have seen such beauty as one man has seldom seen. Therefore, will I be grateful to die in this little room, surrounded by the forests, the great green gloom, of trees my only gloom, and the sound of green. That's a little excerpt from one of Edward James's poems, and when I read that on his Wikipedia page, I thought, okay, art! Las Pozas, the pools in English, is the intersection of two passions. A longtime patron of the Surrealist art movement, he sponsored Salvador Dali for a time. Edward traveled to Xilitla with his guide turned pal Plutarco and is said to have fallen in love with the jungle landscape. Between 1949 and 1984, he set to work creating the Surrealist garden with the help of a Mexican carpenter named Jose Aguilar. Some of the structures housed exotic animals, such as ocelots, but most had no intended functionality. Construction of Las Pozas is thought to have cost more than $5 million. The only way to visit this trippy tribute to surrealism is with a tour. You can book tickets ahead of time or purchase them day of at a kiosk in Xilitla Centro. There are options for either a Spanish or English language tour. After the tour, we went for breakfast at a little cafe right across the way for a deep Wikipedia dive into why Edward James had so much money. Spoiler alert, Daddy's daddy was a wealthy merchant. We decided to come to the Cueva del Salitre, and we turned off the road and came through a closed gate. Not really sure what that's all about, but online it seems like this is a hike, a trail open to anybody, and it is marked. We're following the yellow arrows, but haven't seen anybody else on the trail, but it's really pretty out here.
Very.
And a friend of mine recommended this little hike to us, saying that it is less touristy than the, I don't know what it's called, Sótano de las Golondrinas, I think. And yeah, definitely less touristy.
We look to the mountains. We don't care if it's only a dream. Nothing is really what it seems anyway. Now little by little, in the twilight's gentle flow, in the dance of fading light we grow.
So the path just keeps going down, down, down. And there is the cave. You can definitely feel the change in temperature already. It's so much cooler in here. And this has got me thinking of one of my favorite horror movies of all time, The Descent. Taylor! Hello? For more off-the-beaten-path adventures in Mexico, check out this blog next. I'm Alex from BackpackingBrunette.com. Thanks for watching.